Spinsai was looking for food under a tree and was about to take a break, but he accidentally got infected. Mommy passed by and saw Spinsai lying alone under the tree. Spinsai was sensitive and asked Mommy. Spinsai said he used to be a soldier and now he is a hunter. He is trying to go back to Montana. Mommy heard and suddenly woke up because the rainwater he was looking for and the Kent and the priest who were chasing him were also from Montana. By chance, Mommy suspected Spinsai. He kindly invited Mommy to go to the police station near Amarillo to contact his hometown to verify the situation and promised that if he was innocent, he would reimburse the train ticket to Montana. Spinsai thought it was a good idea and agreed to go with him. When they arrived at the police station, Mommy got in touch with the police chief. The chief obviously knew Spinsai's identity and told Mommy that Spinsai had won the president's medal. He assured him that Spinsai could be appointed as a guest. However, the police chief was worried about the news of Spinsai's return. The men who killed my brother, where are they? Spinsai told the police chief that he was going to avenge his family's death and never give up until this dispute is completely resolved. The police chief asked Spinsai to go see him first. Maybe he wanted to persuade him to solve the problem in a peaceful way to avoid disturbing the peace for a while. Or maybe he had other intentions. He may even use betrayal to disrupt the family and become a thorn in his side. But Spinsai is a hunter in his opinion. Letting go of the enemy is like burying one's own tree. In his eyes, the person who hurts his family is like a beast that eats people. Only annihilation can resolve hatred. The police chief did not move, so he asked Mommy to find an excuse to keep Spinsai as long as possible. But Spinsai did not commit a crime. Mommy has no reason to continue to detain him. In the end, not only did he release, but he also promised to buy him a ticket to Buzzman. Alex was robbed and all his money was stolen. The next day, he found that the ticket did not include free catering and he had no money to buy food. Since leaving the UK, he has not eaten a good meal. He begged the train attendant for help. The train attendant took him to the manager. The manager said he could give him food and tips, but he changed his job. The former British noble lady had to put down her dignity as a waitress and clean up the dishes for the passengers. Her beauty soon led to a man's mischief based on I didn't spill it, not there. In the face of the shamelessness of the man in front of him, Alex did not get angry. The next day, the man tried to put his hand into his dress. This made Alex cry in fear, and his mood suddenly collapsed. He used the steel coffee cup in his hand to hit the face of the man with a piece of purple and a piece of blood. Because of the beating, he was locked in the cage at the end of the train. Alex tried to explain, but those people above did not listen at all. The shameless man lied that he was an angry girlfriend because of his flirting. The train attendant believed more that the man in expensive clothes was unfortunately wearing a waitress uniform. The train arrived in Chicago. The management department was going to hand Alex over to the police. At a critical moment, a pair of British couples who had witnessed sexual harassment stood up and explained to the police that the man with the colorful face was the culprit. Alex protected himself to defend his dignity. You both be willing to make a statement? We are, sir. They left the town immediately and headed north to Mexico City. Kent asked the farm owner for the whereabouts of the rainwater, describing the rainwater as a murderer who cruelly killed 2 nuns. The crime was unforgivable. At first, the owner of the farm did not believe it until Kent asked the godfather to guarantee it. Seeing that they believed it, the owner of the farm no longer concealed it and took the 2 to the farm to check it out. Kent used the traces of the underground stream of water to judge how many people ran north to the rainwater. There were thousands of fish in front of them, and there was no cover in the vast wasteland. This made it easy for Kent to find their traces from afar. On the way to escape, Peter decided to leave the team to look for the water source for the horse. The rider knew that the land was dangerous and did not want his son-in-law to act alone, worrying that he would get lost. But Peter said he would not go far and promised to the rainwater that he would be back soon. Peter found an animal and chased it into the valley, hoping to use it to find the source of the water. What shocked him was that Kent and the godfather had already reached here. They were drinking water for the horse. When they saw Peter from afar, they began to chase. Peter's horse was unfortunately knocked down. He fell to the ground and quickly escaped the rifle. Kent, as a police chief, was more accurate in shooting than Peter. I'm afraid Peter is less ferocious. Once Peter is in trouble, it is likely that the rainwater will have a stronger reason for revenge to deal with these villains who took away the people he loved.